Hi there, it's Mary Beth. Today we're going to do an art lesson with clay. So we'll need a couple of things from your art kit that was sent home. I'm going to show you what I have. I have the little blob of clay that came in this plastic bag. Actually this wasn't in your kit, but it is a damp towel just in case I need it for my fingers if they start to get too much clay on them or I just feel like wiping them. You should have gotten 2 popsicle sticks, and I can't find mine. I brought them home, but I misplaced them, and so I'm just going to use a little plastic knife that I have. So we're going to learn how to do pinch pots. So first thing we're going to do is separate our clay into a couple of different pieces, and it's easy to pull it apart like this. If you'd like to, you can do 3 of the same size, or you can make one larger by adding more clay to one of the pieces and make different size pinch pots. So there, I have 3 kind of different sizes. This is Crayola air dry clay, and so this clay will get hard after you're finished working with it without baking, which is nice. It takes about 2 or 3 days for it to dry. After you finish getting your pinch pot just the way you want it, you can just leave it on a countertop somewhere to dry for a few days. And then if you want to carve anything in it or paint it, you can do that. Okay, so I'm going to start with one of my pieces. I'll move these out of the way. And just going to kind of put it back and forth in my hands and roll it around my hands. You can even put it on the surface, run your hand around it like this, and we're creating a certain shape. This is a shape that I think you are going to be talking about in other places this week. What shape is this? It's a sphere. It's not a perfect sphere, but it's a sphere shape. It's round and 3-dimensional. So when we talk about our geometric solids, a sphere is one of those. All right, so we have our sphere. And it does not have to be perfect, like most things. The more you do it, the better you will be able to do it and you'll feel more comfortable, but it's perfect, just like this. I'm going to put it down and kind of press it a little bit into the surface here. Then I'm going to take my thumb and I'm going to press down right into the middle of it and push down. Kind of a cool feeling. Not too far because I don't want it to push all the way through the clay, but I want it to get in there so that then I can pick up my clay and start to pinch it and turn it. See how I'm pinching it with my thumb and turning it with my other hand? Pinching and turning. I'm creating the sides of my pinch pot. Can just keep doing that. One thing we're trying to do is to keep the sides of our pinch pot from getting too thin. Because when clay gets really thin, it kind of wobbles and falls apart. I guess the clay doesn't fall apart, but the piece that you're making falls apart. In art, when you're making something, you call it a piece. This is my clay piece I'm working on. See how I'm doing so far? I'm going to keep pinching and turning. Pinching and turning. And then I'm just going to kind of push down a little bit on the bottom. If you get a little crease right here, that's okay. Can you see that? Those little spots right there. It's hard for me to point to them. There we go. Those, you can just kind of rub over those. Sometimes a little bit of wetness is good for rubbing over that. Yeah, that works nicely. You know what's something else cool about clay? When you're working with it like this, if you mess up, you can just start over. You can smash it all back together and start over. I like that. Mistakes are fine. Mistakes help us learn. I'm feeling pretty good about this little pinch pot, so I'm going to put it on the side of my mat over here, and I'm going to pick up another piece. I'm going to start working on this one. Again, making a sphere. Have to lean over to see the camera. That's okay, because the most important part is this, right? As a matter of fact, let me move that. There we go. Still figuring out the best way to use my camera to make videos. All right, here is another sphere. Remember what we do? We put it down in here. Sorry. Put it down. Push our thumb in. Then we can pick it up and start to pinch and turn. Pinch and turn. See how this one's shaping up? Pinch pots are really fun because you can put little things in there, little treasures that you find, or coins. Anything that fits in it, really. It's a little pinch pot. I have several of these on my dresser, and I put earrings in there and rings, and you could put paper clips in them or other little small things. I'm going to rub out some of these little cracks. Okay. See, this one's a little bit smaller than this one. I'm going to go for my third one. I'm actually going to try to make a really small one this time. Get my sphere. Sphere. Okay, here we go. My thumb's kind of big, so I'm going to see how this works. Push it down in there. I guess you could always use a different finger if you wanted to, but thumbs work really well. Look at that. I'm going to have to be a little more careful with this one since it's so much smaller. Oh, I like how this one's turning out. It's super cute. Put my other finger in there. Just pinching and turning like the other ones. I'm going to get my fingers just a little bit damp to smooth out some of these little spots. There's my third little pinch pot. Something fun you can do with clay, you can make little marks or decorations on it. You can make lines, you can see those, or you can make them across the top like that. So lots of different things and ways you can do it. And then on the bottom, if you're real careful, you can sign it. That means because you are the artist, you can put your name or your initials. You just have to be careful though, because if you push too hard or squeeze, your clay will your pot will collapse. But like I said, if that happens, you can always start over. MB for Mary Beth. All right. There's my clay pots. I hope you have fun experimenting with your clay. Remember, it takes about 2 or 3 days to dry. And you should have some watercolors in your art kit. Also, you are welcome to use those. Christy's tried it out and they work well on this clay. Or you can use a different kind of paint if you'd like to paint them. It's up to you. So enjoy. See you later.